Hello guys, welcome to Football Manager 14, becoming legend. It's been a while, it's been a few days I think, maybe even a week. But it's been the summer, and I've had a few changes to make. I'm starting my second season with St Johnstone, my third season as a manager. As a recap, I started my first season with Blackpool, got fired, don't want to talk about that, it hurts me. I've got a bit of emotional scar in there, and now I'm starting my second season at St Johnstone after a very successful first season, mainly down to a little guy called Hodzic. And first of all, I want to show you the best 11. Of course, Hodzic made it. He had the highest average rating, 30 goals in 40 games. For a team which doesn't dominate this league, that's a very good record. He got top goal scorer by a massive amount of goals. Very good performance from Hodzic. And all the players played well, I thought. Joe McKee, I think, deserves a round of applause. He had a great season. I'm looking for him to step up now. He also got Player of the Year, or Fans Player of the Year, I think it's called. Where is it? Yeah, Joe McKee got Fans Player of the Year, and I think that's deserved. I wouldn't have wanted Hodzic to get it because he wasn't really a St Johnstone player. But Joe McKee got it, and I think he deserved it. He really did. He's really growing. He just keeps growing. 22 years of age. He's only going to keep getting better. And 11 assists and 11 goals. You know, he doesn't just score. He doesn't just get assists. He does both. He can score and set them up. So I'm proud of Joe McKee. But the main point to improve was obviously replacing Hodzic. He was key to us last year. He was our star man. He was our go-to guy. We were almost a one-man team. I wouldn't say we were a one-man team, but we would be a much worse team without him. I think I've done a good job replacing him. It was hard, but let me show you the transfers, what I've done over the summer. And here's the guy I got on loan, another loanee. I tried to get a striker on a permanent signing, but there wasn't really many good ones out there. I can only really get 3 transfers with this team. There's no transfer budget at all. If I do get a bit of cash, it goes straight to wages for me because I'm building this team with a wage budget of 35k a week, which is really poor. I think I'm doing alright though with that wage budget. And I got this guy from Ajax. He's a regen and he's called Orlando Blackson. He doesn't look as good as Hodzic, I don't think, but I think he might grow. He's got attributes that I prefer. He's got higher determination than Hodzic, and he's got higher finishing. Not as good in the air. His jumping reach is a bit low, but his heading's quite good. Hodzic was a lot more all-rounded. He's a lot more rounded striker than this guy, but this guy's a lot better in some places and a lot worse in others, so he's less consistent, but he's got those standout attributes. I'm looking forward to see how he plays. I haven't seen him play yet. He's only just come back from international duty, so his first game will be in the league. But he looks alright. Tell me what you think about this guy. Is he going to do better than Hodzic this season? I don't know. I bought this guy as a backup for Neil Kilkenny, who left. Let me show you who went first. Dylan Easton, probably don't know much about this guy. He left on a free, his contract expired. Alex Roby and Liam Caddis went out on loan. Phil Barsdale, I decided to get rid of him because his wages were just too high and he wasn't good enough for, I think he was on something like £2,000 a week, which is a lot. You know, that's almost 10% of my total wages. So I decided to let him go. I got a replacement for him. I also let Neil Kilkenny go because he was on higher wages as well, and he was just getting old and he wasn't improving. He wasn't that good. He was on £2,600 a week at us. Josh Morris, I let him go. He's a good player. He probably would have done well, but he's not going to get in on the left-hand side in front of Baitiki, and he's not going to get in the left-back in front of Stephen Hendry, so I had to let him go, and we fell out. He had some harsh words to me at the end, so I just let him go. He was only going to upset the camp, and I got Crack Kane and the other guy, Mark Hurst, let him out on free. They're just poor players, to be honest, not good enough. But Jack Blake, this is the guy signed to replace Neil Kilkenny. I think he's young, he could improve. He's got the attributes and the places I like. I'm hoping to boost those creative attributes, get that passing up and creativity up, and I think he might be a decent advanced playmaker. That's what I'm trying to train him as. But he's got decent tackling as well. He's got reasonable, decent defensive attributes. Yeah, it's all going to depend on how he grows. He could be a flop or he could be really good. 3-star 3-star potential, but they've already got him as a 2-star. I don't think he's really a 2-star at the moment, but yeah, again, that's a risk. He's a risk, but on those wages, £500 a week, it's worth a risk. It's worth a punt. I've also got this guy. I regret this now, Adam Hardwood. I wanted a young centre-back who could potentially come into the first team. Yeah, again, it's going to come down to how he develops, but my assistant doesn't think he's got much potential. He's got decent defensive attributes, better than Pascazio already, but he lacks the mental attributes. Yeah, again, it's going to come down to how he develops. He could be good, he could be decent. I'll give him the game time, give him a chance, but it's another risk. And here's a guy I think was a great signing, Alexander Bieleka. I don't know how you pronounce it. Weird, he lacks physical attributes considering he's 6'5". You'd expect him to be very strong. But I'm going to retrain him as a half-back. He's got 4.5-star potential, so he's only going to grow. I really need to focus on those physical attributes. But yeah, I'm hoping for him to come in and replace Abdul Osman, our half-back at the moment. But he looks like he could do a quality job. 6'5", he's going to be powerful and he's going to boss that midfield. And I've got this guy on loan, a right back to replace Phil Barsley. I tried to sign someone on a permanent deal, but there was no one there. There was no one on the market. But I think he's decent loan signing. He's on 1.9 grand a week. He's a good right back, and we've really bulked up that defence now. Our defence looks absolutely quality with Grimmer, I don't know how you pronounce it. Anderson, McGowan, and Pascazio, and Hendry on the left. And Hendry, there's been a lot of interest in Hendry. Other news, probably not going to interest you that much, but I replaced our assistant manager. I got Danny Catamarteri, ex-Carlisle player, Huddersfield player, Dundee United player. Played for a lot of clubs, not really a massive player. He played in the Premier League a bit for Everton, but he never really got onto the scene after that. Dropped off very quickly. But a decent assistant manager. I think he's better than our other one. But yeah, the team hasn't really changed that much. Of course, the younger players are going to be 1 year older. I'm not sure where we'll finish. Zagoni's been playing very well in the European qualifiers, considering he didn't score a single goal last season. Didn't score a single goal in any competition. He did come off the bench a lot, so that's probably why he didn't get much time. Despite he had a lot of appearances, most of that was just 10 minutes at the end, so he didn't really have much time to score goals. But yeah, it's pretty much the same team, basically just replacing Hodzic. We've had a lot of interest in all our players. Look, Dylan McGowan, he's growing so quickly and there's been so much interest in him. Celtic and Road, I've had offers for over $1 million for this boy. But I've offered him about 3 contracts. He's had a contract improvement 3 times or something like that. So he seems happy to stay now. But yeah, Stephen Hendry, I've managed to hold on to the big names. McKee, there was a lot of interest in him. Now it's all died off. It looks like I've held off the big dogs. But strangely enough, we only expected to come 8th again. Which is good for me because it's going to make me look good if we finished where we did again. So I think this season I just want to repeat of what we did last season. Maybe get into that 3rd place, but yeah, qualify for Europe again is the aim. But it's going to be difficult because we've got more games this season with the European competition, the Euro Cup. Hopefully we'll qualify. As you can see, we easily progressed in the first round, beating Aktobi. But we're having a difficult game against Tavria, who are a decent Ukrainian side. Hopefully we can get past them. Yeah. Let me know where you think we'll finish this season. And do you think we'll do better or worse than last season? Let me hear your opinions about our new signings, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.